All right, so today I wanted to talk about living in a number 5 house. So I just left a number 5 house when I lived in Belton, South Carolina. Um, so for one thing, you're going to feel like this is temporary for whatever reason. The kids were going to school 40 minutes away. I was, at the time, I was working nights, but I had recently accepted a job that was going to be work from home. But yeah, I was working nights, and that drive out there, I was driving twice, 40 minutes, back and forth to take the kids to school and then to pick them up. And then I kind of hung out until it was time for me to go to work. So I took them to my mom's house or whatever, and I just caught another nap. But it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of coming and going. It's a lot of changes. And the number 5, I'm a life path number 5. So, like, we can get bored easily. We like change. We like, we like to shake things up. We don't like mundane routine, day in, day out. Like, we get bored, So, we can kind of be a little unstable and impulsive because we have a need for change. Now, I'm not as impulsive as I used to be when I was younger. And now that I have kids and I've settled down, I know that they need stability. But I do get bored with my routine. But I know how to deal with it. Like, go to a restaurant you never been to. It's time for a road trip. Just do something you haven't done before. So, that's how you deal with that instead of just massively uprooting your whole life every time you get bored. But anyways, living in this number 5 house, I knew it just did not feel like I was going to be there long. I didn't really decorate it, and because it was so far from everything, and the apartment that I was living in before that, it was just so horrible. I just hated the environment. It was right downtown Greenville, but who dog is that? I know it belonged to somebody. I don't see anybody though. Anyways, I didn't really decorate. It was far from everything. I was like, I'm just going to be here for a little bit until I find something else close to the Greenville or something like that, because we wanted to keep them in their school, but the drive to their school was so far, and it was just really taxing. And me and their father weren't even together at the time, but he eventually moved in with me to help keep them in their school and just to help me with the kids. And that's a whole another story, but yeah, so it just felt like, we're going to have to change where we live soon, because, I didn't like it. Like, I liked the apartment, but the area was so country and away from everybody. There wasn't a whole lot of black people either in that area. I mean, it was some. You started seeing more of us move out to the country because Greenville was getting to be really expensive. But yeah, it felt temporary. The 5 is a very transformational number. It's a transition number, It's also could be the party house, just traveling. A lot of people coming in and going real fast, But I didn't really have a lot of visitors. But we did, like, when we first moved in, the kids had a lot of parties and stuff, and there was a lot of play dates that had came up around that time. What else? Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel stable. And I didn't stay there a full year. I only stayed there 8 months. So I broke my lease to move. So I moved out here. So again, it's big transitions. You know, moving away. Lots of coming and going. Lots of just lots of energy. It can be chaotic. It can be chaotic. And I wouldn't say it was chaotic, but our schedules were all over the place, you know. I just didn't, and then I felt like I was ready to move from South Carolina, period. So I just did not feel like putting down roots, you know. So I ended my stay in South Carolina in a number 5 house. So if you're in a 5 house and you're experiencing this kind of energy and you don't want to be, you can change the energy of the house. I've never tried it before, but they said if you put a sticker on the back of the door, but it has to add up to where you want to live at. So if you live in a 5 house and maybe you want to be in a 6 house, so you put a 1 on the back of the door. So 5 and 1, 6. And supposedly that changes the energy of the house. So yeah, that's all I have. Hopefully I didn't sound all over the place, but that was my experience with living in a 5 house.